Well guys, I've recently had a chance to get my hands on a brand new, never been fired before Kel Tec PMR-30. For those of you who don't know what those are, they are a 22 Magnum handgun, semi-automatic, and they happen to hold 30 rounds, so it's definitely a lot of firepower. Now this will be one of the noisier videos that I've ever made for you guys. The handgun has never ever been fired before unless it was fired once or twice at the factory to make sure that it was in good working order before they shipped it out. So I thought, how cool would it be to get the first 100 rounds through the gun all captured on video? So that's what we did. In addition to that, while I have fired 22 Magnum before, I've fired it through a bolt-action rifle, yes, I myself have never fired a 22 Magnum handgun before the making of this video. So my first shots ever and the gun's first shots ever are all captured on video for you so that you can see how it might go for you if you yourself were to purchase such a handgun. Now these handguns, while they're a lot of fun to shoot, I can tell you that right now, they are known to be a little bit particular on what types of ammo they function best with. So I got 4 different types of ammo, took that to the range with me, and all 4 types are recommended by Kel Tec pretty highly to function pretty well with the handgun. So we're going to find out how they do. We're going to shoot them 5 rounds at a time so that the gun doesn't get too hot or too dirty. Then we'll just get a different magazine in there, 5 rounds of the next, and so on and so forth. And then just kind of loop through, repeat the process once or twice. We can start to get a feel for which bullets that gun does or doesn't like. We'll do a couple of 30-round magazine dumps, and before you know it, we'll be at 100 rounds, so we'll be right back to the table where it's a lot quieter. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be one of the louder videos I'll ever make for you. So if you're watching the video while maybe having a headset on or earbuds or whatever, you may want to turn down the volume a little bit once we get into the range. You'll thank yourself. This is a very loud handgun. And on top of it, we're indoors, so that really amplifies the noise even more. The next time I shoot this handgun, I promise you it'll be outdoors. We'll probably do some pretty good chronographing of these different rounds coming up in a future video. If you liked today's video, don't forget to click the like button and do subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, we're looking forward to your comments. Once we shoot the firearm indoors, we'll be right back to the coffee table here to kind of wrap it up and give you some of my final thoughts and observations on what I kind of observed while shooting it that maybe the camera didn't quite pick up so well. Thanks again. Okay, what you're looking at there is the brand new Kel Tec PMR-30. As you can see, I haven't even quite taken the tag off of it yet, but once I do that, I'll be shooting 5 rounds of the following ammunition. First up will be the Maxi-Mag hollow point, the 40 grain hollow points that is, and then the 45 grain FTX load, the Hornady Critical Defense. Then I'll move into the 50 grain hollow point by Federal, it's their Federal Game Shock, and then the 30 grain hollow point, the Maxi-Mag Plus V. Okay, getting ready to shoot the CCI Maxi-Mag 40 grain hollow point. Okay, next up, we'll be shooting 5 shots of the Hornady Critical Defense. Five for 5. No issues. Okay, getting ready to shoot 5 rounds of the Federal Game Shock 50 grain hollow point. Maybe about, what, 2 malfunctions, I think? Alright, next up, we'll be shooting the Maxi-Mag Plus V 30 grain hollow points.
Holy breathe out the back.
About, what, 1 malfunction. Okay, what you're looking at here is my first 20 rounds through the Kel Tec PMR-30, so some pretty respectable accuracy anyway. Okay, getting ready to shoot the CCI Maxi-Mag hollow point 40 grain. Well, let's see how the accuracy is. Looks like accuracy is not much of an issue. Alright, getting ready to shoot 5 rounds of the Hornady Critical Defense. Here we go. That's what they look like. Whether that's a good picture or not. Distance about 5 yards downrange, 15 feet.
Quiet one.
5 for 5, that's the second trip through with those critical defenses and still no malfunctions on those. Okay, next up I'll be shooting the Federal Game Shock 50 grain hollow points, 5 shots, my second trip through with this ammo. A lot of almost kind of failure to feeds. They were easily fixed, but the jams got fixed really fast, but they still happened. Okay, next we're going to be shooting the CCI Maxi-Mag Hollow Point Plus V. This is the 30 grain ammo.
It's basically with a suppressor on it, but it feels the same.
It depends, but I tuned all my guns to what you're expecting. And that trigger is nice and smooth, right?
It is. It is. That's nice right there.
Looks like 2 failure to feeds out of 5 rounds. Alright, the handgun has had a total of 40 rounds through it so far. We're going to give it its full mag. We're going to go with the Maxi-Mag 40 point full 30 rounds. It's only had 4 rounds through the gun so far. This will be more or less of just a rapid fire, just kind of see how this goes. Distance about 15 feet, 5 yards. Well, I finally got the hang of it there. You have to really get a solid grip on that pistol to make sure you don't limp. Some of that might have been user error. Some might have just been broken in. Okay, next up I'll be shooting a full 30 round magazine of Hornady Critical Defense.
Even without this, even without this, you're still. Yeah, and I have one that's. I don't like this because it's too small. I like this stock. But I have one that's a little bit bigger. So my arms are. That's just perfect.
That's my only complaint. A little longer.
You're the one. Bring your elbows. You're gonna get this.
Well, it had one issue. I'm not sure what it was. It seemed like it just didn't pick the bullet up and put it in there somehow. Maybe I load the mag as good as it needed to be loaded. But as far as ammunition, it seems like that ammunition is pretty well though. Well guys, welcome back to the much quieter coffee table. Thanks for putting up with all of the noise in the shooting range there. One of the things I forgot to mention to you was that the night before I shot the firearm, I definitely tore it apart, field stripped it, gave it a good cleaning, made sure that it had all the right gun grease and all the right places so that it was in good working order and ready for success. Now, as far as any type of malfunctions that I found out there, it will seem like it was mostly failure to feed issues. So the bad news is that it had more failure to feed issues than what I thought it was going to have. The good news is that they got fixed a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster than I've ever fixed those types of issues before. I simply grabbed the slide and pulled it back a quarter of an inch, let it go, and it slammed the round right into battery, and I was back to shooting again in no time. In terms of the ammunition that I was shooting out there, it seemed to me that I couldn't tell any difference at all in recoil with the 30 grain and the 40 grain bullet. They just felt identical. But when I shot the 45 grain and the 50 grain bullet, they also felt identical, but they both felt like they had a good amount more recoil than the 30 and the 40 grain. And for me, that was comforting to feel that extra recoil, because I knew if there was any type of a malfunction at all, it wasn't going to be a failure to extract issue. It was only going to be a failure to feed issue, and I knew how to fix those already pretty fast. I knew that with that much recoil on the 45 and the 50 grain bullet, I knew that that spent shell casing was definitely coming out of there. So that was comforting to know. So hopefully that'll help you guys out a little bit as well. I do plan on giving the firearm a full 500 round break-in period before I rush to conclusion on whether or not I think it's a great firearm or a bad firearm. I won't be carrying it for self-defense until I, get these bugs worked out of it, that's for sure. Hopefully that you guys will leave some comments below. Let me know what types of ammunitions you have found works best in your PMR-30. I will be shooting it outdoors next, be chronographing 6 or 7 different types of loads through it to see what kind of speed numbers and what kind of energy numbers we're getting through this firearm. Hopefully, if you liked today's video, don't forget to click the like button and do subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hopefully having a great day. Thanks again.